The Ukrainian Armed Forces have destroyed a North Korean self-propelled artillery unit, Koksan, for the first time. According to the 412th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Systems Nemesis of Ukraine, this happened in the Luhansk region. At the same time, Forbes analyst David Axe points out that the place where the self-propelled artillery unit was destroyed is an important and not the most optimistic detail. The 412th Unmanned Attack Aviation Battalion patrols the front line around Kupyansk, a key city that sits on vital supply lines along the border between the Kharkiv and Luhansk regions in eastern Ukraine, the analyst said. We are accepting another Wunderwaffe of the enemy military-industrial complex into the collection of Nemesis achievements. The drone battalion of Ukraine quipped, using the German term for Wunderwaffe. How the Ukrainians found and struck the howitzer is unsurprising. A drone from the 412th Unmanned Strike Aviation Battalion spotted the vehicle's telltale heat signature against the cold background of a Ukrainian night and then, as the gun crew scattered, dropped a bomb on it. The fact that the North Korean howitzer was in the Kupyansk area confirms that the heavy weapons Pyongyang promised Moscow are not just supporting the North Korean 11th Army Corps deployed in the Kursk region. The equipment is also supporting Russian forces in eastern Ukraine, in particular the 1st Guards Tank Army, which is fighting to establish a bridgehead across the Oskil River to dislodge the Ukrainian garrison in Kupyansk, writes Axe. And although the DPRK reinforcements have not improved the situation for Russia in the Kursk region, North Korean equipment may be important around Kupyansk, the analyst predicts. Thus, according to statements by the Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategies, Russian troops have intensified their offensive in the Kupyansk direction. They have crossed the Oskil River and advanced into the fields north of Kupyansk. So, North Korean weaponry is supporting Russian field armies in eastern Ukraine. Specifically, it's supporting the 1st Guards Tank Army, which has been fighting to establish a bridgehead across the Oskil River in order to squeeze the Ukrainian garrison in Kupyansk. North Korean reinforcements haven't improved Russia's faltering fortunes in Kursk. A Ukrainian counterattack earlier this month actually expanded the salient. But North Korean equipment may be making a difference around Kupyansk. Russian forces have intensified their offensive on the Kupyansk direction. The Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategies reported they crossed the Oskil River and advanced in the fields southwest of Topoli, 20 miles north of the city.
Fighters of the 110th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces have repelled several attacks by the occupying Russian army paratroopers near the village of Velikaya Novosayolka in eastern Donetsk region. It was no coincidence that Russian invaders chose bad weather for the attack. This is due to the poor ability of drones to intercept vehicles in snowy weather. However, a column consisting of a large number of armored combat vehicles, including tanks equipped with anti-drone devices, armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles, had to slow down their movement after encountering anti-tank mines planted by Ukrainian fighters. Later, drone and artillery strikes destroyed the vehicles in the column and some of the infantrymen trying to advance. The invaders, seeking to launch a second attack, faced the same fate. Most of the infantrymen and military equipment participating in the attack were destroyed, while some of the equipment left the battlefield. Ukrainian drones were not able to intercept them due to snowy weather conditions. However, a column consisting of a large number of armored combat vehicles, including tanks equipped with anti-drone devices, armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles, had to slow down its movement after falling into anti-tank mines planted by Ukrainian fighters. Later, drone and artillery strikes destroyed the equipment in the column as well as some of the infantrymen trying to advance.